What happens when a sitting member of Congress tries to barge her way into a federal detention center and gets humiliated in front of the cameras? The fallout from Los Angeles just got worse, and this time, it's Maxine Waters who's making the mess. This is Kyle Becker with Explain America. Before we get into this story, please like, comment, and share Explain America. Now here's what happened. Democrat Congresswoman Maxine Waters tried to force her way into the Los Angeles federal building to check on arrested SEIU President David Huerta, who was taken into custody during anti-ICE riots. Waters claimed her congressional authority gave her access, but the federal official said absolutely not. She was denied entry, on camera, no special treatment, no backdoor access. Just watch.
No, I want you to... Hello. Congresswoman Waters, I just came to use my congressional authority to check on David.
We have a lobby securely now to all visitors.
Excuse me, I need to get in.
Contact our public affairs office.
I need to get in.
What are you hoping to do, Congresswoman?
I just want to see David Huerta. Right.
Would a congressperson normally be able to enter the...
Normally, yes.
What is happening here?
Well, there were some of the authorities, I don't know who they were, and I'm trying to get in to see David Huerta, who they have arrested. He is the head of SEIU local union here. I don't know why he was targeted. I don't know what they're doing with him. I don't know whether they're going to deport him. I want to report back to my caucus about what's happening, but they have...
And it gets worse for her. As Waters stormed past a wall of graffiti painted by violent protesters trashing the streets of LA, she later on began harassing members of the National Guard. Yes, the same troops deployed to protect the city from total chaos.
What are you going to do? You going to shoot some kid who's afraid of you and run? You going to shoot an elected official? If you shoot me, you better shoot straight. I don't know why you're in my city. You did, the governor was not contacted. This is Trump and his outrageous attempt to not only target our sanctuary city, but to frighten us and intimidate us. This is wrong, and I hope that none of you will use those guns to shoot anybody. There's no reason to shoot anybody. Don't allow them to make your service in a service where you're killing people. Don't do it. Defy them. Don't shoot those guns for anything.
Thank you.
Disgraceful. This is how Democrats treat the military when it's deployed to restore order, with contempt. But it doesn't stop there. In a jaw-dropping moment, Maxine Waters told reporters that all elected officials should be, quote, on the streets, unquote, urging on the illegal protesters. Her exact words, quote, the mayor should be on the street. The city council should be on the street. Everybody should be on the street. All of the state elected officials, all of us in Congress, unquote. And then she said the quiet part out loud. She called for full citizenship for illegal aliens. Watch.
To stop here where the guns are. I want y'all to take pictures of these guns and let people know that they're in our city with guns, and I'm sure they have orders to shoot and kill. I don't know, but otherwise they wouldn't have guns.
One question, Representative Ms. Waters. If there's one statement that or a message that you can send to Donald Trump, what is that message here today?
My message to Donald Trump is you are a cruel human being, and that you are using the poorest people in the land, the most vulnerable people in the land, to promote your politics. You are wrong. We know what this is all about. We have people who are immigrants here who are trying to seek a better living, who have come from places where they have experienced this kind of thing that he's doing here today. People who work every day, people who are paying taxes, who are raising their families, who are supporting education. They should not be treated this way. They should be given an opportunity to tell their story, whom they are, and why they're here, and ask the United States to please do what the Constitution allows us to do, and that is give them consideration for to having citizenship here.
Ms. Maxine Waters, thank you for those words. Another thing, do you find it coincidental that this is happening at this time of the year right now? Is there anything that you can correlate with the timeline that it's happening with right now alongside?
No, I think that the president has not been able to live up to the threat that he used during his campaign, where he was going to get millions of them out of here. And I think it's come to the point where he thinks he's got to show something. But also, his ridiculousness has taken over the armed services to celebrate his birthdays coming up. And people are saying, are you going to spend millions of dollars celebrating your birthday using the armed services to do it? And I think that adds to it. All of this is coming to the forefront now.
And Congresswoman, how should the city of LA and the state of California react to this? What's the smart play here?
All of the elected officials in this city should be on the street. The mayor should be on the street. The city council should be on the street. Everybody should be on the street. All of the state elected officials. All of us in Congress. We're supposed to be in Congress tomorrow, but I want you to know I'm trying to stop him from getting richer and richer on crypto. The more money he has, the more powerful he has, the more he will elect people. So we got a lot of work to do.
So bodies on the street, basically.
Bodies on the street. People on the street. Absolutely.
Ms. Waters, before we let you go, anything that you can say to anybody watching or the public that wants to come out here or just simply watching or wants to know anything that you want to tell them that they should do or shouldn't do?
Well, here's what I want to support. I want to support people having a voice. Peaceful protests are okay. They're all right. I want them to know what happened in the civil rights movement, where we got on the street, where we marched, where we fought, and we made the government change, and we got voting rights.
Peacefully.
And so people can protest peacefully. They should come out and they should have a voice, and they should not allow the intimidation to force them to do nothing. Do something.
Do something.
Something.
Do not let the intimidation force you to do nothing. Do something. Words from Congresswoman here, Maxine Waters. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You heard it.
I can't believe these guns. Look at the guns. These young people didn't get into service to kill people like that.
Exactly.
Look at the gun. That is scary. Hello, how are you?
Let's be crystal clear. Democrats are no longer even pretending that they care about the U.S. Constitution, law and order, or our safety and security. They're openly demanding citizenship for foreigners who broke into this country illegally, took up public benefits, and now are opposing anyone who is trying to intervene and correct the lawlessness. Now, Maxine Waters has been in Congress in a long time. She is obviously a hard left Democrat, and you can tell that she's increasingly frustrated by President Trump being in charge in the United States. And so her response is to simply ratchet up the rhetoric to an 11. This is not going to work out for Democrats in the midterms. You just keep an eye on what the people in your state are saying about this. If they're coming out like Democrat governors have come out in droves and has signed a statement condemning President Trump for mobilizing National Guard troops and the Marines in the Los Angeles case. So if you have a Democrat governor, they oppose Donald Trump sending in the National Guard and military troops to put down violent insurrectionists who are lighting cop cars on fire and attacking police officers. But you might remember the 1992 Rodney King riots. President George W. Bush, he mobilized the Army, the Marines, the National Guard. No one really questioned his authority. So what changed? If you go back to the beginning of this country, it's clear the president has emergency powers to put down insurrection. Shays Rebellion being a famous case, the Whiskey Rebellion being another case. So it's not unclear at all that the President Trump has Article 2 powers to suppress insurrections, and foreigners engaging in violent protests, in riots to stop American law enforcement from deporting them, that is an insurrection by definition. It is an insurgency. And they may have handed Trump a pretext to use martial law if necessary. If they want to spread this through paid insurrectionists to agitators to other cities, they may be inviting Trump to impose martial law. It's not beyond the realm of imagination that this is what the Democrats want. They can frame Trump as a dictator, but they are causing the conditions for Trump to use his Article 2 powers, like other presidents have done in the past, to simply enforce the law and protect Americans. So please like, comment, and share this video. Send a message. No one is above the law, not even Maxine Waters. Thank you.